Hello everybody and welcome back to the Brickazoid's Den. Alright, so you probably saw the previous video when I did Season 9, the top 3, because there was only like 6 episodes in the season, minus what I'm handling right now, which is the Elements Miniseries, which had 8 episodes in Season 9. And yeah, I thought we would kind of go through them, do what I've been doing the whole time, and just kind of rank the episodes, all 8 episodes in this case. Considering it's a mini-series, I decided to take all the episodes and rank them, not just my favorites. So, yeah, I think you know the gist by now. It's been a little while, so we'll get right into it. Starting with number 8, we have Elements Part 4, Cloudy. So, yeah, this was kind of like, I don't know, I wouldn't call it filler, but it was kind of filler. It was kind of filler episode. It was like, they must have been writing this, and they were like, uh-oh, we only have enough content for, 7 episodes? Yikes. We'll have to try and do a little bit more, and they decided to make this episode. Which was interesting. It was basically, not a lot happened, to be honest with you. It was basically Finn and Jake and Betty and Ice King, and who was up there, Gunter as well, were trying to figure out the Enchiridion and just kind of everything that they got with it, or something like that. And Finn, I think, decides to take a nap. Jake takes a nap as well. And a piece of the cloud that they're on breaks and floats away. And they end up having an episode where Finn and Jake do like a barber routine, or like a haircut routine, where they don't actually cut hair. And they just kind of vent about their problems. And it's not the worst episode, and then, there was this whole point where, Jake can't go to the bathroom if Finn is near him, or, anybody's near him, so he couldn't go to the bathroom, but he really has to. And there's, a door on another cloud that they got. I don't know. It was a weird episode, to be honest with you. I'm not going to go through the entire episode, but it was a little weird. And, yeah, there's not even too much to say about it. It was like the filler episode for the miniseries, which it wasn't bad. It was still enjoyable. But yeah, Elements Part 4 Cloudy is number 8, definitely. Alright, so number 7 on the list here for Elements, we have Elements Part 5, Slime Central. This was kind of like a big episode, I think, for this miniseries, which, it was fine. It wasn't great. I'm not crazy about this miniseries, to be honest with you. Some of the episodes were fun, but I don't know. I think Islands and Stakes were better. I think Stakes was the best one, then Islands, then Elements. I'm not going to make a separate ranking video on why I think that, so I'm just saying now. I think it goes Stakes, Islands, Elements, just kind of downhill after Stakes. But Stakes was good, so. But yeah, it was fine. It was like a giant lumpy space princess, and I think who was there? Was it Finn and Jake went down, and then lumpy space princess met them there, and Jake ended up dying or something. He got assimilated within Slime Princess, so then they just kind of wrote off Jake off this miniseries, and he returned. I don't know, probably to the very, very, very end of Part 8, which was the final part. But, yeah, the only big thing that really happened was, Jake died, kind of, and other than that, Finn and Lumpy Space Princess survived, and Lumpy Space Princess just kind of joined the team there. There was not too much that happened. It was basically, the whole content or the whole plot of the episode was that there's, a dance party at the Slime Kingdom, and you have to do, a roller skate dance routine. I don't know. As I'm talking more and more, I'm kind of noticing what's up with this miniseries. It's just kind of, I don't know, it's just kind of bland, a little bit basic, honestly. So yeah. Anyway, the ending gets a little cool, which is nice. But yeah, I don't know. We'll move on though. Okay, so for number 6 on the list, actually, I'm looking at my notes here. It's matched. Number 6 is Elements Part 6, Happy Warrior. Yeah, Happy Warrior was, it was basically Slime Central, except it's in, the Flame Kingdom, and there's just kind of something different. It's just kind of who was it? Lumpy Space Princess, Gunter, and Finn infiltrating the new Flame Kingdom, with like, did they have suits on or was it the flame shield? I don't remember. But either way, Gunter, I'm yawning, sorry. Gunter, Lumpy Space Princess, and Finn infiltrated the Flame Kingdom, and Flame Princess is like a blue flaming beast of some sort, and her gem is within her tooth, so that makes things more difficult. And then Gunther, and like if you stay here long enough, you'll become like an evil fire character. And actually, those were some pretty cool designs. Gunter ended up going nuts and just started beating the crap out of everybody, which was fun to watch, of course. And then, I don't know, what did Lumpy Space Princess do? Lumpy Space Princess, I think, was the only one who kind of survived it at the end, because Finn turned into, like, a flaming character as well, after he got the gem. And then Flame Princess decided to take her army of flame people to try and burn down the Candy Kingdom elemental quadrant, I guess. Yeah, you know, it's not the best episode here. Again, as I'm talking more and more, this Elements miniseries is just kind of like, all right, it was fine. There was nothing too crazy about it, but yeah, I don't know. It was fine. It was fine. This was just like a pretty simple episode, just like the last couple have been. Number 5 on the list here, we have Elements Part 3, Winter Light. This one, you know, it was the same, like, basic, well, I shouldn't say basic, but it was a very simple kind of story. Finn, Jake, and Ice King infiltrate Patience St. Pim's ice quadrant dome. I don't know. ice dome of ice, and they kind of get information, kind of don't, you know? They end up meeting with Patience, who's, like, ascended to some sort of godly form, I should say, where she basically has, like, super ice powers in, like, a dress, and she thought it was going to be something to celebrate, but it just ended up not doing much, and now she just kind of hangs out in this ice dome. As I continue to yawn. I'm sorry, I'm very tired. Anyways, yeah, she just kind of, like, hangs out in this ice dome, doesn't really do much. But it was cool because we got to see Patience St. Pim. This was like the first episode where we kind of got to infiltrate a quadrant and see what it's like after the elements kind of took over. And, yeah, I mean, it was pretty good. It was pretty good. It was fine, you know. It was a fun journey, just like these other 3 have been. They're just not completely engaging. There isn't a huge overarching story that I'm trying to follow that's, like, confusing and interesting. Kind of like some of the earlier seasons, like season 4, season 5, like that gap there with the Lich and everything. So, yeah, I mean, again, this was fine. We got to meet with Patience St. Pim, see how she's doing and why she caused this all. I think Mr. Fox was an ice waiter, which was kind of cool. But yeah, I don't know. Number 5 is Part 3, Winter Light. All right, halfway through, we're at number 4, Elements, Part 1, Skyhooks. Skyhooks. This was a good episode. This is kind of like some of the better episodes, I think, this top half here, because I don't know, I guess just more story. So it really feels like only like half of this whole miniseries was like mainly story driven. Interesting. Anyways, yes, number 4 is Part 1, Skyhooks. We have Finn, Jake, and BMO kind of coming home after the island's adventure off the boat, and everything's like pink and candy, and I think Lemongrab is like pink lemonade now, and he runs like a lemonade stand or something. And then Fern is all candy-ified, and Nepter, and there was another character in there. Was it Shelby, I think? I don't know. A bunch of like candy-infected people, I guess, which is interesting. And Finn and Jake and BMO are kind of exploring the area, just kind of learning what's going on with this whole place. But it basically gets to the point where Finn, Jake, and BMO find Marceline, who's now was it Marshmallowmean, or is it Marshmalline? Marshmalline? I don't remember. She's made out of marshmallows, so, you know, I'll call her Marceline just because I don't know exactly what they called her in the episode. But then we also get to see Princess Bubblegum as like a huge tower, like a candy tower. And Finn and Jake and BMO climb up it, but eventually they lose BMO, which is so sad. BMO becomes candy-ified. But Finn and Jake are saved by Ice King on his cloud with his sky hooks, which he yells about a lot. And probably the next episode. But or the episode 2. I shouldn't say the next episode, 'cause next on the list here. No. Anyways, so yeah, it was pretty good. It just started off the miniseries, but it was fun. It was nice. It was a big surprise because I didn't exactly know when I first watched this what this miniseries entailed. And there we go, episode 1 showed me. So, yeah, we'll move on to number 3 now. For number 3 on the list, we have part 7 of the Elements, which is Hero Heart. And this is basically like post Happy Warrior, or Elements Part 6 Happy Warrior, where Finn becomes a flaming evil guy. And now Finn is marching with Flame Princess and her army to the Candy Kingdom to burn it down, kill it, or destroy it all, whatever. And Lumpy Space Princess is just kind of following Finn throughout this whole episode, trying to stop him from destroying the Candy Kingdom, or the Candy Elemental Quadrant, whatever. And then we also kind of have some moments with Ice King and Betty as well, as they try and harness the Enchiridion, which is cool. I think Betty betrays Ice King, which is, horrible. But Betty's a terrible person in this show. Very well written, but just she's just done horrible things. Stole Gunter and everything. And Ice King still falls for her. How dare you, Ice King? Anyways. Yeah, it was a pretty simple episode, but I really liked the parts with Ice King and Betty. I think those are very, those what made the episode. And, the Lumpy Space Princess was fine. I don't know, would you even call it a twist at the end? I don't know if it was revealed this episode or next. But either way, it was that Lumpy Space Princess is the anti-elemental. It was like, oh, okay, that was a little weird. And thank God they went to the Slime Kingdom, or they wouldn't have gotten Lumpy Space Princess to save them all. Anyways, yeah, part 7, Hero Heart, it was a pretty... It was good. It was just kind of standard, but the Ice King and Betty stuff was where it shined, I think. So for number 2 on the list, we have Elements Part 2, another matchup here. Number 2 is Elements Part 2, which is Bespoken For. And this one was really cool because this was obviously after the first episode, Skyhooks, and Finn and Jake are just kind of like asking what's going on, Ice King, what happened here. And Ice King lays it all out. He explains it all. And they learn the story of what happened to Ooh, what's up with Ice King or Simon and Betty, and Patience just completely not wiping out, but turning everything into like quadrants of elements. And the Betty and Ice, again, the Simon and Betty stuff, save it here. Just like the last episode, the Simon and Betty stuff is where it's at. I'd love to see it. So, Simon and Betty, it was all about Betty trying to get Ice King back on the date, which was really cool, and it was super fun to watch. But, yeah, I mean, not a lot really happened, but it was just very nice to see the story of Betty and Ice King going on like a date, and Betty trying to kickstart Ice King's memory again of who she is, while Ooh is basically being corrupted by Patience St. Pim and her elementals, or element powers, whatever. And yeah, I mean, that was pretty much it. It was just a pretty good episode, one of the better episodes of the miniseries. But now we'll get to the final episode, or the final number 1 on the list, I should say. So for the final episode, or number 1, we have the final episode, which is Part 8, Skyhooks number 2, or just 2, whatever. But basically, during the episode Hero Heart, the Flame Kingdom fights the Candy Kingdom and loses. The Flame Kingdom loses, and then Finn is saved. He doesn't. I don't remember. He doesn't. I know he gets out of being a flame character, but I think it was like he grabbed Lumpy Space Princess's hand or something like that, and Lumpy Space Princess was able to change him back because she's the anti-elemental magic, whatever. And yeah, I mean, she's able to restore to it, when it was originally what it was originally like, So that was pretty cool. I mean, it was a good ending. I think it was a good ending. Again, I'm not too crazy about this miniseries, as you could probably tell, and as I've said, but this was a good ending, having LSP do something very noble and very important, which is good, but it was never, I don't know, I just wish this, idea that she was an anti-elemental kind of came up maybe maybe in like past seasons, something like that. I don't know. Like I don't even think they really did. They even explain it very well. Maybe I just don't remember if they explained it completely or not. But yeah, she's the anti-elemental, and she was able to restore Ooh, and I think she was able. No, I was gonna say I think she was able to restore Jake, but I don't think she was. I think Abstract is where they got Jake back. But yeah, again, just a real. It was a good episode. A good episode to end the miniseries. But then again, I'm not crazy about this miniseries. As I said multiple times throughout this episode, Elements, not the best miniseries in my opinion. So, this list, well, whatever. It was 8 episodes. It wasn't anything too annoying to do. But either way, if you enjoyed that video, do the common YouTube stuff, like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you guys later.